Welcome to the Biotech Signals series of the Micromolar podcast. Today is Friday, August 7th, 2026.
Replimune has secured FDA approval for Tadrikef, its melanoma therapy, after a long and unusually contentious regulatory path that included 2 earlier rejections and a disputed data package. The turnaround is significant not just for Replimune, but for the broader debate around how the FDA handles imperfect but potentially meaningful oncology datasets. Analysts reportedly see peak sales reaching about $1.3 billion by 2035, giving the company a real commercial opportunity after years of uncertainty.
The FDA plans to bring Grail's cancer screening test before an advisory committee after the test failed in a large randomized trial. This could become one of the most consequential diagnostics reviews of the year, because multi-cancer early detection tests promise enormous public health value, but still face difficult questions around false positives, mortality benefit, and real-world utility.
BioMarin has discontinued a rare disease program tied to roughly $270 million in value after the candidate missed its Phase 3 endpoint. The decision removes a late-stage asset from a company whose business depends heavily on successful rare disease development.
Vistagen's repeat-dose anxiety nasal spray failed to beat placebo in another Phase 2 study, marking 2 unsuccessful mid-stage attempts for the program. That substantially weakens the case that the therapy can deliver a reliable clinical benefit and puts pressure on management to decide whether to redesign the program or redirect capital elsewhere.
BioV lost about half its market value after releasing a Phase 2 Parkinson's dataset that investors found difficult to interpret. The company leaned on a composite endpoint to support the program, but the market reaction suggests skepticism about whether the results represent a clinically meaningful signal. The next question is whether BioV has enough evidence to justify a larger, more expensive study.
And Soma has undertaken another workforce reduction while pausing preclinical programs, including work connected to its lead gene therapy effort. The move suggests the company is conserving cash and narrowing its scientific focus rather than continuing to fund a broad pipeline. It also reflects the financing pressure still facing early-stage gene therapy companies despite the broader biotech market recovery.
Pacific Biosciences CEO has left the company amid layoffs and a larger second-quarter loss. The leadership change comes at a difficult time for PacBio, which continues competing in a sequencing market dominated by larger and better-capitalized players. Investors will now be watching for whether the company changes strategy, cuts spending further, or seeks a partnership or transaction.
Those are all the biotech signals for today. Thanks for tuning into the Micromolar podcast. Welcome to the Biotech